Hi guys, we're back with another episode for you. Today I'm joined by Christy, local food influencer, and we're at Abbraccio in Central. Christy, say hi to our viewers.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
Of course. All right, so first things first, we're gonna ask Christy about what got you taking that first step into food influencing.
I actually started the account at the peak of COVID. I actually got really bored during lockdown, and I've always liked taking photos of food, so I had this backlog of my phone, and I just decided, you know what, one day I'm just gonna start posting, and that's how I started at the account, basically.
Okay. Would you say you're a foodie of sorts?
I do. My goal is to try a new restaurant every week.
Wow, okay.
So I would say so.
Okay, so, and this has been 3 years now.
Yeah.
Must have got through plenty of restaurants.
Yeah, I have.
Interesting, okay. What's the best part? What's the most rewarding part of being an influencer to you, a food influencer?
I really like seeing people leave comments on my page saying like, oh, I tried this out, or like I get messages being like, oh, you recommended this to me and I tried it out and it was really good. So it's like that sort of reward that you get, and it also comes with perks, like restaurants treat you to free food, like collab and everything, so that's always nice. Nice,
okay. Obviously with the social media stuff, there's always, you know, good and bad. How have the comments treated you? Because, you know, being on social media, there's plenty of trolls and stuff. Have you faced the bad side of that?
Not so much. I think recently I've been creating more video, sort of what you would call viral videos, and people have sort of jumped onto that saying like, oh, this was so bad, why did you recommend this? Or like, this wasn't even worth the 1 hour wait, I queued up for so long for this, this wasn't worth it, don't trust her. So, but in general, people have been pretty nice, like the foodie community is really supportive, so I would say everyone's super nice. That's
lovely, yeah, okay. So tell us a bit about what you're doing right now, Christy, outside of the food influencing.
I am a full-time translation project manager.
Wow, okay. What does that entail?
It's very boring. Our client is like a medical client, so we translate like medical documents, and it's basically the same thing every day. Yeah. I handle like one language pair mainly, and it's like Korean to English projects, and no, I don't speak Korean. Yeah. And yeah, that's basically it.
So you're dealing with clients who are trying to get things translated from Korean to
English, and they're all medical documents.
But how do you do it without speaking Korean?
We sent basically my job is to facilitate the workflow. Yeah. And like I send it to like translator A finishes it. I send it to person B to check it, and then once it comes back, I do like quality checks of it, and then we send it off to the client. Like I prep all the files and then I send it off to the client.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Sounds interesting, yeah. Would you stick around? Would you stick around in this job for the long show? No? No,
I've been thinking of switching. Like I've been thinking of like quitting my corporate life entirely.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like full force in the food influencing?
No, I've been thinking of going to pastry school.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's very, very cool. Yeah, I have a cousin who just finished pastry school. She worked at the Rosewood. So she came from India to Hong Kong to do a bit of an internship with Rosewood, and she's been here for about 6 months.
Is she liking it?
She really enjoyed it, yeah. I mean, it's obviously long hours because you're working as, you know, you're working behind the scenes, and you do it from...
You're the last person to leave the kitchen.
Yeah, and first person to come in as well, because you got to set up, and then you got to tidy everything away at the end of the day. So yeah, it's definitely been tough, but I think she really, really enjoyed it. And working at a place like Rosewood, it's very, very rewarding. Yeah, you get the food. As if you work there, your staff, right? So you get staff food and all that, which is pretty delicious. She tells me about it all the time.
I got fed this today.
Yeah, exactly. And you're thinking, wow, all I got to do is work at the restaurant to get fed like this. That's like $300 dishes that they're just putting out to staff food.
Really?
It's unbelievable.
Like they feed you like the good stuff.
They put the good stuff out to the staff. Well, obviously not every day. She'll tell me this every once in a while, but yeah.
Once in a while, you get the
really, really good stuff that's left over. Jimmy, do you mind if I move this? So, out of the restaurants that you've, been to in your 3 years, give me a couple that stand out to you.
If I'm craving something like a hot bowl of noodles, like something spicy, there's this hole-in-the-wall place that started out in Jordan. Okay. It's called Yao Yun Xiu Zhou. Okay. They do like hand-pulled noodles, and it's like one entire like long noodle.
Is this like done in front of you kind of thing, or in the kitchen? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the kitchen. Yeah,
Well,
it's
it
just
sounds
like
delicious.
comfort food for me. Yeah.
Are you good with spice?
I am good with spice.
Yeah, you
I
reckon we
usually
could-
get the medium.
Oh, okay, I
so-
see. Is this the kind of build your bowl noodle place, or is
Comes
this?
with like you can get like a vegetarian option, or
Okay.
it usually comes with like meat of some sort. I think they do like donkey meat actually. I've
Oh,
never
wow.
tried that. It sounds too exotic.
Yeah,
for me,
that is donkey meat. Wow.
Maybe one day I'll give it a try.
Yeah, let us know and then we'll.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Donkey meat. Okay. And what about high-end stuff? Where would you go if you wanted a very, very nice meal? You're maybe going out on a date or something. Where would you go?
I think one place that continues to surprise me every time is
Yeah.
Caprice.
Caprice. Where's that?
It's at the Four Seasons.
Okay.
They specialize in authentic French cuisine. I think everything from the service to the food, it surprises me every time. Every time I go, there's something new.
That's lovely. Yeah. Yes.
Those prosciutto.
Oh.
And this is the frisella. But what happened? The frisella in general, we serve them coated because you take it, you put the burrata on top,
Okay.
and then you freeze it. But for today's photo shoot, we bring it
As a whole.
As a whole.
That looks
So
delicious.
if you want to try it, we need to cut it, or you can cut it yourself as well.
All right. So tell us a little bit about the duck prosciutto.
The duck prosciutto is a preparation that we do in-house, homemade. It was our idea to bring some alternative to pork protein. So it's a long process of 20 days. It gives two curing process. One of them salt-based, and the other one is our mixed blend of spices. It's long 20 days of process, but it results in an outstanding flavor.
Wow, 20 days. That's impressive. I can't wait to try that. Thank you so much, Agnes. So there's pickles on this. There's onions.
Not a pickle eater.
Oh, you're not a big fan of that? Obviously, okay, now, as a food influencer, what are some foods that you absolutely despise that you don't eat?
I am actually quite a picky eater. There are like
Are
really
you?
random things that I don't eat.
Okay, go on, give us a few.
I don't eat lamb,
Okay.
and I don't eat oysters.
Well, that's not good because we've ordered the lamb coming through. Sorry about that. Wow, that is amazing.
Really good.
There's a burst of flavors in there.
It's very
I think the
tender
pickled
as well.
onions and the pickles just make it so well.
Maybe I should give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try. Or try the onions. Those are really nice as well. The fact that it's all made in-house as well is so incredible.
And the fact that it takes 20 days.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
So oysters you don't eat, lamb you don't eat. Anything else? No?
I don't eat coriander,
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
but that's easy to avoid.
Yeah.
It's more like in hot pot and everything. You
Yeah,
can
I
just
see.
Get rid of it.
What are some cuisines that you absolutely enjoy?
I can never pick between Japanese, Chinese, and Italian.
Wow, okay.
I think those are my top 3 cuisines.
Okay.
Yeah. There's just so much variety in Chinese food. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Like the Sichuan.
Yeah,
I see. You a big fan of Sichuan food?
I am. I like my spice.
Yeah. So earlier you said you're a big fan of Caprice for the fine dining. What's one dish that you'd recommend us to give it a shot if we ever end up in there?
Their hot and cold onion soup is amazing.
Okay.
The onion soup, the soup itself is, hot.
Yeah.
And they serve a scoop of their onion, like homemade onion ice cream on top. So
Onion ice cream?
It creates a contrast, and it's amazing.
So it's soup with ice cream.
yeah.
That's very interesting. So talk us about how does this taste? Because I mean, I'm getting a lot here. So there's ice cream, onions, onion ice cream, and then the soup is made out of what?
It's a French onion soup. It's a traditional French onion soup. So it's a very hearty dish in itself. It's a great way to start off.
Okay.
And it's unlike anything else you'd get at like a regular French restaurant.
I see.
Obviously, onion soup is usually served hot entirely, or like with like bread or something else. But here you get a scoop of ice cream on top, so that's what makes it unique.
So whenever you go down to do shoots, are you by yourself or do you do this with a group?
No, I
a team?
usually go with a friend or a couple of friends
Yeah.
who usually help me hand model. I actually shoot on my phone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
very cool.
so I don't have any like cameras with me or anything. I usually bring like a light,
Yeah.
my phone, but
Okay.
it's very simple equipment. And yeah.
And
I do have like, I've been to a few like group tastings where I just go alone, meet other influencers as well. But in general, it's usually restaurants ask you to bring a +1, so then they have like a nice like spread of food that they can feed to. Yeah.
So do you contact these restaurants beforehand, or do you just go in and decide, oh, I'm going to shoot today? I'm having
No,
lunch with
actually,
friends.
usually restaurants reach out to me. And
Interesting.
that's how I actually haven't reached out to too many restaurants in Hong Kong yet. When I was traveling in where was I traveling to? When I was traveling to Sydney a few months ago, I actually wanted to create some content there. So I reached out to a few restaurants, a few marketing agencies to help me organize some shoots. It didn't come through, but that was the first time I sort of like reached out to restaurants.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So do you travel a lot?
A bit less than I want to, because obviously I work a corporate job. I don't have that much, like that many days of leave.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to travel. I'm traveling to Shanghai during Christmas, so
I see, okay.
hopefully I'll get some good content in as well.
Okay. So out of the places you've been to, where would you say has given you the best dining experiences?
I mean, apart
If there's
from
multiple, you can give us multiple.
Apart from Caprice.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think, let me have a think about that actually.
Like you traveled to a place and you just thought, wow, food here is outstanding. I would love to be here every day, kind of thing.
Love to be here every day.
So I think on there's tuna,
I've never
sardines.
had a pizza with raw tuna on it. Oh, this looks good.
You're a big fan of sushi though, right?
I am.
I think this is a bit of a mix of cuisines, I'd say. But yeah, let's give it a shot. Cool.
Crust is super crunchy.
Yeah.
Always a good sign.
I hear it, yeah. Are you a big fan of seafood, Christy?
I do like seafood, yes.
Lovely, yeah. We've got a couple of dishes coming through that are...
So what made you want to go into like baking school?
This was again during COVID. I started picking up making baking bread. I was working a remote job at the time, so I was baking bread literally every single day at home, and I just fell in love with it.
Okay.
Whenever I have back then when I had friends' birthdays or coming up, I would bake them like a customized cake.
That's very sweet,
And
yeah.
it's just like a hobby for me. It's like a way for me to de-stress.
That's very nice, yeah. And I think if you can turn that into, a full-time occupation, all the better for you, right?
That's the dream.
So, what do you think about this?
This is really interesting. The flavors are really refreshing, actually. Yeah.
The tomato is lovely. I think it really pairs well with the tuna.
Yeah, it does.
And the burrata on top. Oh,
I didn't know
chef's
this was
kiss.
tuna initially.
Oh, yeah? It's very colorful, right? It's very, very colorful.
It's very different to most pizzas you see.
I don't believe this is pizza, but I could be wrong. We'd have to check the
Maybe it's a
menu.
fusion dish.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I had a conversation with the chef earlier, and a lot of these dishes are, I think, at Abbraccio, what they do is they take dishes and they put their own twist to it, right? And the chefs talk to me a lot about a couple of the dishes here, what they've stemmed from, what's her twist, why they are the way they are. So I think it's fusion food at its best. Yeah.
I can tell.
Christy, do you have any hobbies?
My hobbies is baking. Yeah.
This BG here, he really likes football.
Yes, I play a little bit of football.
You want to listen to me about that?
What, me? Well, I played football my life.
And you're a part-time coach.
I am a part-time coach as well. I coach football to little kids. But no, football's always been a part of me. I took a long break during COVID. There was a 4-year period where I didn't play, and those are crucial years of my life. were to say I had COVID not come, I'd be a professional football player right now, but you know, you never know. But yeah, I do play a little bit of football. Are you playing any sport, Christy?
I don't, unfortunately. No. I used to play I did netball and
high
swimming in high school, but ever since I got a job, not really.
Yeah. How was the netball team at Shot In?
Not that great, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like to go into the business world as a high school graduate? What are some notable changes in lifestyle that you remember?
You can't stay out late.
Oh.
That's definitely one of them. I think whenever I get the Sunday scaries, whenever it's nearing the end of Sunday, I'm like, oh,
back to
it's
work.
Monday again. Yeah. I think I haven't I've heard a lot of this happening. There's office politics, but luckily there isn't that at my company. We're
Is
all
that a big company that you work at?
It is pretty big. All my colleagues are really nice, so no office politics, thank God. I guess there's a huge, a steep learning curve whenever you enter into the corporate world.
Yeah.
You never know what to expect. You just get thrown things that you've never done before.
Yeah.
And you just have to pick that up.
In terms of the freedom aspect, because you're still relatively young, what would you say that's been like, going from high school to the working world? Talk to us about college. What was that like for you?
I went to uni in London.
Yeah.
And before that, I spent 2 years in boarding school, and I hated it.
Okay, was this in the UK as well?
Yes, this was in the UK, and I hated it. I think the second I got there, I wanted to leave.
Why is that?
So I think it was too much of a change for me. I went from a co-ed school with 1,200 pupils to
a very international community.
A Catholic all-girls school. So, and I'm not Catholic.
That's a big change. Yeah.
So, and I'm a Catholic, so I had no idea what they were doing, in mass at and when we were celebrating certain religious festivals. I had no idea what was going on.
I see.
And then there were a lot of odd rules that were imposed.
Okay.
I remember one of the biggest things that I didn't understand was during homework time, you weren't allowed to eat. And it was just you couldn't even have a snack. They would come around your rooms, checking on you, are you doing your homework right now? If they saw you eating, they'd be like, why are you eating? You should be focusing on your homework. So I felt I was really trapped, and I had no freedom there. And I think as soon as I got out of that, I was like, oh my God, I have this
free.
I have this newfound freedom.
Yeah.
But
and what was university like? Where you got all your freedom back? That must have been huge.
Nothing too wild,
yeah.
but I met a lot of friends, people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, and that was really.
Where were you? You were in London. Were you in the city?
I was in the city center, so there was a lot happening. I think London and Hong Kong are actually very similar.
Okay.
So it wasn't too much of a culture shock for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was your go-to spot with your uni mates in London?
Oh.
Do you remember that?
I think we were always craving Chinese food.
Oh, okay.
So.
Did you have a community were most of your uni friends from Hong Kong?
Yeah, most of my friends were from Hong Kong actually. So we would go on the weekends to get dim sum at this place called Plum Valley.
Okay.
Even now, my friends who are still in London, they still go all the time. So that's my go-to spot. Okay. On the weekends.
Ah, lovely. Okay. What about after a night out? Where'd you go?
Ooh,
are you a kebab kind of girl? Are you a burger? What was this? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Oh, I actually don't like kebabs. I only ever eat kebabs when I'm drunk.
Okay, yeah. So after a night out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think back in London there was this infamous dish called LSC fried rice. It's a secret menu item at this Chinese restaurant called Old Town 97.
Wow.
It's not actually on the menu, but it's a hidden thing. You go in, you ask for it, and then it's this. It's just
it's just comfort food.
It's just comfort food. It's fried rice, but it's saucy, and then there's a deep fried pork chop on it, and it's just that one thing that you need after
Oh,
like
that sounds delicious.
after like a
Christy, that
night
sounds
out.
delicious. Viewers, there you go. You've got your secret item menu. What have they got? What have they got to tell the restaurant owners? What are they asking for? In the
LSC fried rice.
LSC fried rice. There you go. If you're ever in the UK city centre, that's what you got to do.
If you're in Old Town 97,
Old Town
order
97.
the LSC fried rice.
There you go. Yeah. Well, it sounds amazing. Can't wait till I'm there. I'm gonna be trying that. I love a good fried rice. In terms of favorite food, what's your favorite food?
I think currently it's ramen. It's like the perfect weather for like a hot bowl of ramen right
Nice
now.
and cool outside, right?
So, and there are a
Have
lot
you
of
got a brand or a certain? I'm guessing you're talking instant ramen.
no.
Oh, okay.
A nice hot bowl of Japanese ramen.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. And what goes on that bowl? Is it just ramen, or do you chuck in a few veggies, a little bit of meat?
I think a good bowl of ramen has to come with an egg. If there's no egg, it doesn't feel like a complete bowl of ramen
How's
to me.
that cooked? Is that a boiled egg? Is that
Half
an omelette?
boiled, like creamy yolk.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
delicious. Yeah, I can visualize this. And what else goes on there usually?
Some roasted like char siu.
Oh, good choice.
That's always good. Or I really like chicken ramen actually.
I do enjoy that as well. Yeah. Okay.
So nice chicken breast slices.
Yeah.
That always goes well.
Katsu style, or are you talking like grilled chicken?
I think it's actually sous vide chicken.
Ah.
Yeah, so it preserves all the juices, all the natural flavors of the chicken, and it's super tender. You would think like, oh, this piece of chicken doesn't look like it would
Yeah.
taste much, but it actually like
Bursting with flavor on the
Yeah.
inside. Ah, okay. Don't judge a book by its cover kind of chicken.
Wait, last question. 3 dishes for the rest of your life, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What would they be?
breakfast, lunch, and
For the
dinner.
rest of your life, by the way.
That's a big choice you gotta make there.
I think for breakfast it would be buttermilk pancakes with maple syrup.
Okay.
That's always good. Lunch, I would have to go with. What would it be? Have to go with a bowl of noodles.
Nice.
Like that just satisfies me.
Yeah.
Fills me up. And then dinner, I think. Maybe like sushi. It's healthy.
Nice.
There's also a lot of variety.
Not too heavy on the stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. 3 things. Right. You go into desert island. What are you taking with you?
What am I taking with
What are
me?
you taking with you?
Ooh.
It's not a holiday. You're stuck there. So
I'm
what are you
stuck
taking?
there.
Yeah, you gotta plan it
How
out.
long am I stuck there for?
Let's say a month. A month. What are the
month.
essentials that you're taking with you?
Water.
Water. Okay, no, not that. I mean, like, obviously you've got the basic needs.
I
What
might-
do you need?
okay,
What's
what do I-
Christy? What does Christy need?
What do I need?
The essentials, just to let the audience get to know you a little better.
Let me think about this.
Okay. Take your time. You can answer like 5 minutes if you want to. Camera's still rolling. Whenever you're ready, literally. Yeah, it's a tough question, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
like, what do I
It forces
bring?
you to really go in and think, what makes me who I am? I think that's a great question. I'd say, in terms of entertainment purposes, I'd take with me some kind of music, like if whether it's a Walkman or a Spotify would be amazing.
No connection, no.
Or a downloaded album. I'd take one of
What album
those.
would that be?
Yeah. Oof. I reckon it'd be one of the Kanye West albums. It's between high school, I think. It was the one in the high school. Jimmy, help me out with this one.
Graduation.
Graduation. Oh yes, it's a high school.
High school.
Yeah, me and him are on the same boat. Graduation. So I'd take that with me. I'd take it's another essential for me. I think I'd take a football just to have a bit of a kick about, and if it's got sand, all the better. And I'd need people, so I'd take somebody
Take a
with me. If I could take,
friend.
I'd take a friend, a family member, or whatever it is. I'll take Jimmy so he can document the whole thing.
Can I bring my phone?
yeah, you can bring your phone if that's what it is.
I think I'm gonna say my phone.
Okay, fine. That's one. What else? What can you absolutely not survive with on a day-to-day basis? Not food and water. It's a 5-star one. They serve you food and they serve you water.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a 5-star
Luxury
island.
desert
island,
and
yeah.
Hideawind.
Oh, this looks delicious.
Second thing, I'd probably bring a pillow.
Okay. You know what? That's a very
comfy
interesting
pillow.
one. That's not something I hear very often. Yeah.
You need good sleep.
Yeah, of course. Most important
Yeah,
thing.
if I'm
And hard
fed well, I
find
need to
that.
sleep well.
Yeah.
And maybe some fluffy socks. My hands and feet are always cold.
Wow.
So, and I feel like it would get like pretty cold once the sun sets.
Nighttimes and that.
Like on a deserted
Windy.
island. So, I think I'll bring some fluffy socks.
I think you nailed
with
that
me.
answer, Christy. Well done.
Thank you. That took me a
Fluffy
while.
socks, a pillow, a comfy pillow, and your phone.
My phone.
Brilliant. Nailed it, I think. Right, and just in time, we're stuck with this. So this is a very, very special dish. You know why, Christy?
Why is that?
So this right here is pizza, but there's something off about it. It's got a black crust. So that's charcoal. That's a charcoal crust and salmon, bit of caviar on there, some cheese.
Fancy.
Grab in. And let's give it a taste. I mean, it just looks
It's very interesting.
Yeah, it does look very interesting. It's not something you see very often, but I'm sure.
Oh no, all the
It won't
caviar
deliver.
fell off.
Grab it. Let's give this a try. It just looks so visually appealing. The black just stands out.
I know.
You always see the like with pizzas, they always change the toppings, they change like sauces and all that. You never see them change the color of the crust. Only at Abbraccio. That is delicious. Wow. Oh, that is amazing.
That is really good.
Oh, I think I'm falling in love with that. I would say some stuff off camera, but I'm gonna keep that off camera. It was actually delicious, boys. Dig in while it's hot. Oh. Are you a big pizza fan?
I am.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best pizza you've ever had?
I was literally about to ask you that.
Oh, were you? Okay.
I was
Go
about
on,
to.
you answer that and I'll answer it.
I think my favorite pizza spot in Hong Kong has to be Fiata. It's just down the road, actually.
Okay.
I think they're like rated like one of the best 50 pizzas in the world or something.
Wow, okay.
They do very good pizza.
I see. And what do you order there?
I tried this caramelized onion, like sausage pizza. The sweet and savory balance just worked so well together.
Okay.
And like you wouldn't think that it works well, but
Yeah.
it does.
I quite enjoy sausage pizza actually. I can see why you picked that. Okay. To answer your question, mine would be Firewood, I believe. There was a restaurant on the Peak, and I remember this very well. I was a youngster, very, very young. Not this young, but a little younger than I was, yeah. And me and my family went up to the Peak. We hiked up, and I believe the restaurant's name was called Firewood. I don't know if it is. Have you heard about Firewood?
I feel like it still exists.
Yeah, it still exists, yeah. And I ordered the peri-peri chicken pizza.
Interesting.
One of the best pizzas I've ever had in my life. And I still remember that. I must have been about 7 years old when I had that, and it was just absolutely phenomenal.
Have you
Just
had it
so,
since
so
again?
good. No, I've never been up there. I should go, but I think they might have closed in the Peak. I'm not sure.
I have a question. What's like a food content trend that you hate? Because I have a couple personally.
Give us a few examples, and then she'll get later.
So I'm friends with a couple influencers, and sometimes they're like dating or whatever, and they still make videos even though they're fighting. And I feel like that's like not the best way to approach content creation.
Or a relationship in that matter.
It's kind of
But
like
is that a trend?
no, it's just a thing I see.
The pizza is amazing, by the way. Really enjoyed it.
Do you know those people that like make those food hack videos?
Food what?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then they'd like put the food in their mouth and fake chew.
Oh, people who yes.
Because they're batching videos. They're trying to make like 100 in a day, and they don't really swallow.
Yeah.
I think there's this content creator. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but on
for it.
camera, that like she's notorious for not eating her food. Like she just puts it in her mouth and she like doesn't eat
chew
it. Like no,
shit.
she doesn't even like chew it. She just doesn't eat it.
Just put it in her mouth, spits it back out.
Yeah, and then people are like, how do you review the food if you don't eat it? But I think she's like popping off for that. So
I guess if you do like that, you could like outpace everybody else. So I guess that makes sense. I wonder if you took part in it, but like in 2020 during COVID, a lot of people started like baking sourdough. You know,
She's baking. Yeah. I think she's got a story about this. Go on, tell us.
I never started baking sourdough, but like I said, I started baking bread every single day. I think my friends were like, "Why are you like who's
Baking
eating
so
all
much.
this bread
Yeah.
at your house?" And I'm like, "I'm just feeding my parents. I make fresh bread for them every day for breakfast."
How sweet.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. But so you never hopped on the sourdough trend?
I was too lazy to grow my own sourdough starter.
Yeah.
My friends offered me like to share their sourdough starter with me, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
That's not my sourdough.
Yeah,
That's your
understandable.
sourdough.
You've told us that usually when you film, your approach to film, right? A restaurant asks you to come down, shoot a bit of a video. How do these shoots go down usually? Tell me a bit more about that. Give us all the details.
So they usually, like, they obviously know that we're coming in. And then sit down. They introduce the menu to you. What's special about it? They do like a bit of a like background introduction of like the inspiration behind certain dishes, or like why a certain dish is special.
Yeah.
And then everything comes. I usually ask for everything to come at once.
Okay.
So then there's like a nice spread
Nice, okay.
when I shoot. And then it doesn't take me too long to shoot, I would
Yeah.
say. Like, from what my friends have told me, it doesn't take me too long. I usually get my friends to hand model for me.
Yeah.
They, like, I have a few friends who are like professionals now. They just know,
They just know
like,
what to do.
they just know what to do. There are like a few selected friends that I
Yeah.
bring, and they're like, "Oh, you should do this. You should turn this at this angle."
Oh, wow, that's very cool. Okay. And in terms of the talking and all the behind the scenes, so is that scripted? Do you roll it off one take?
I actually voice over like after I voice over after I get home.
Yeah.
So I used to just like freestyle it, but then I realized it didn't really work out because I would stutter a lot and I would forget what I wanted to say initially. So now I just write out a simple script. I mean, my videos aren't that long. They're about like 20 to 50 seconds max.
Yeah.
So the script isn't usually that long. I write it down and then I do the voiceover, edit everything, and then
That's pretty cool, yeah. So what's some advice you would give to aspiring food influencers?
I would say it's develop your own style.
Okay.
And consistency. I think when people see you're posting like consistently and you're pumping out content like on a consistent basis, they know that you're like keeping up with the trends, you're following through like, oh, new restaurant openings or what's poppin' right now. So that's, I think it's obviously good to draw inspiration from other people, other content creators, but it's important to have like your own style. Maybe like, I think recently I've been starting off my videos with like this one-liner, like, today I'm gonna show you, or today I'm gonna do this.
So to grab their attention.
Yeah, to grab their attention. I think the most important thing is to have like a hook. Like the first 2 seconds of a video is like the most important thing. You have to grab the viewer's attention, so yeah, that's crucial.
Yeah, I think that's some great advice. You talked a little bit about finding someone that you look up to or some channel that you can kind of imitate to create yours. Who were some channels that you watched when you were, starting your journey as a food influencer?
I actually can't say that there is like a certain content creator or influencer that I have been following that creates like food videos, but I do draw inspiration from like a lot of the stuff I see on my Explore page, like what works well, certain things that just pop off, or things that get the views, then I like to draw inspiration from that, but there's not like one person in particular that...
Okay, so there's no one that you've watched before you were a food influencer and thought, I want to imitate.
I don't think so.
Interesting, wow. You fancy prawn? You're not allergic?
Yeah. Thank you. Cool. Thanks.
Give that a try. So there's quite a few in here. I'm going to chuck a little bit of everything. Do you want to pull that a little closer? Please? Thank you.
It's a lot of seafood.
Yeah, there is. That was very nice.
It's a bit spicy. It's got a nice kick to it.
It has. Pasta's nice and chewy as well. It's not like the traditional thin pasta.
One red flag for me.
So Jimmy's going to start us off.
They have to phone out during the film.
Okay, that's a good one. All right.
Like a lot of the time. Like they kept holding it.
Yeah, they keep looking at their phone. Yeah. It's not very fair on you, I feel. Have you got yours, Christy? A G moment.
I think if people are rude to like servers or waiters, that's really telling of their personality.
Yeah.
It's my big red flag.
Okay. Jamie? Have you got one?
Oh, I'm a little too old, so I feel like if they're not conscientious, like they have like traits that are very, I don't plan for the future at all, I feel like that's a usual flag.
If they don't like treat you the same in front of their friends or other people that they care about, I think that's a big one for me. They like change the way they act towards you in different environments.
That's a good one.
Yeah, thank you. One that I really appreciate is if they're extremely confident, because that, I feel it resounds past face value, and I know that's very complicated, but what I mean when I say that is if they're like truly confident, and that means that they're in tune with themselves, they're not afraid of whatever you put in front of them, they'll handle the situation, don't stress out, don't panic. I think that is like a number one green flag, because that just shows that a relationship with them will last, and you can believe in that, you can trust that. Yeah.
Green flag, I think someone who's a good communicator. A relationship goes nowhere if like no one's communicating, and it goes both ways. So if there's open communication, that usually goes well.
Okay.
There was this thing going viral on Explore on IG. So basically, there's these guys that would solve like those escape rooms.
Escape
like
rooms.
They'll solve it ahead of time, so that they look more competent.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so funny.
So some guys are apparently doing that.
Oh my goodness.
I feel that.
I know. Go to this way. Go this way.
Trust me, I'm competent like this everywhere.
One finger, flick it out.
Like a perfect date. What do you guys think?
Perfect date. I'm very old school. I love a nice little dinner.
Yeah, I was about to say
I really
that.
fancy that. I'm not much of a going out kind of guy. Some people advocate for like doing activities and stuff on first dates. I prefer to just sit and talk. I feel like it's a much better way to get to know a person.
I would say like dinner and like maybe drinks if it goes well.
Okay.
That's always nice because you get to sit down and actually get to know the person. And yeah.
Okay. I'm with you on that, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jamie from Crumb by Crumb, and I'm currently at Abbraccio. I'm about to try their lamb chops, just one bite.
Yeah. Let's get some of the sauce in here.
The chimichurri?
Mint sauce.
Oh, it's a mint
Mint
sauce.
sauce. So last time we tried this was at La Verde, wasn't it?
Right, but we're at Abbraccio right now. It's pretty gamey. Pretty good. I'd give this a 9.5. I like proteins a lot more. Are you uncomfortable? No. Okay, well, see you guys next time.
So what would you say is your favorite seafood?
I think clams actually.
Clams? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's the way like clams just absorb like all the juices and like the sauces that it gets stir fried in. It's just good, and it's good like just steamed on its own. So
I see.
Wait, so you like clams but not oysters?
yeah, I think oysters has like a really like fishy taste to it. I've tried them like raw and cooked.
Oh.
I don't like them either, so maybe that's just a me issue.
Yeah, I see.
I mean, they're okay.
I don't like the fishiness of it. I think.
I mean, I don't get the hype either.
I see. In terms of drinks, we haven't talked much about that.
Drinks.
What is a go-to place for drinks that maybe you and your friends go to often, or you go by yourself when you need a bit of time?
Go by my. I've never actually been to a bar by myself.
Wow, okay.
But my favorite bar is one that I always keep going back to. is Telcamellia.
Okay, where's that?
Just down the road here. It's next to H Code.
Oh,
It's
the
next
building.
to Papa Gomez, actually.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Right there. If you like tea, they do amazing tea-based cocktails.
Oh, that's not cool.
And then their sister bar, Barcode, they do coffee-based cocktails.
Okay.
So if you ever fancy like coffee
and
after
coffee.
tea,
Yeah.
then that's the place
The
to go.
coffee after tea. Yeah, I see. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. What's your go-to then?
My go-to is this drink called. Oh my god, what is it called now? I don't remember.
Well, describe it to us and then we'll...
Wait, I'm gonna. Oh, my favorite drink is called Tea Time.
Oh, okay.
It's like a raspberry, I think.
Oh.
Raspberry infused, like.
Is it like a
Gin.
vodka-based gin?
I think it's gin. Yeah. It's just so easy to drink.
Yeah.
And it's like, but that's the type of drink that's really dangerous. Ones
Goes down a little too quickly.
Yeah, ones that are too easy to drink, just taste like juice. You know you're gonna have a few.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite bar?
I'd say, so I've got a bar that I go to with my football team. It's called Brewdog. We're sponsored by them. And, you know, I'd say I enjoy the company there. I love the drinks, but it's the company that makes it. And, I mean, I love that bar.
I haven't actually been.
You haven't been? It's just up the,
Yeah,
it's just up
down,
the road.
yeah.
Great place. I've got another one in my mind that I've been to. I know Varga does a killer, what's it called, espresso martini that I really enjoy. You been to Varga before?
I have not.
That's a good place to hit. So that's, and it's also got a lively.
I'll have to check it out.
Like, would you say that making content is just like an extension to enjoying food with your friends and like sharing stuff to people? Like, it's not a career you're pursuing, right? That's what
It's more of a hobby. But I wouldn't say that it's just like a way to enjoy food with my friends. I think I do like creating content. I like the creative process that goes behind it. And yeah, it's just fun.
It is, yeah. I think it's always enjoyable, especially when you like what you're doing. Makes it 1,000 times better.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right. All right, so here we've got the tiramisu. But it's not a traditional tiramisu. Apparently, a chef's put a little twist to it, and we're just about to find out how that twist is. So you just got to dig in. Go for it.
What is it though?
I don't know. You have to give it a try and find out. So just based off looking off it, first looks, I believe it's layered inside. Yeah, it is. It looks like a traditional tiramisu. So I guess we'll
does?
find out. We'll find out. Or we'll just review it overall.
Now I need to sniff it. It doesn't smell any different.
No, it doesn't smell any different. Let's see. Well, it is made at home. I think that's what she meant,
Cheers.
maybe. Cheers. Yeah. Okay. How does that compare to a traditional tiramisu? It's not too different, but
It's not too
I see why it
different.
stands out. It's just so delicious. Could eat it all day. Where would you say you'd see Don't Eat Just Yet going in the next few years, or the foreseeable future?
I'm obviously hoping to grow the account more.
Yeah. Have you got a target for yourself?
Not the moment. I'm just going with the flow at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I think 20K is the next milestone. Yeah.
That's a big one as well, right? That's impressive.
Not sure when I'll hit that, but
Yeah.
hopefully sometime next year.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to collaborate with more content creators, actually.
Okay.
I think there's so many foodies or food influencers like right now, but you see them online, like you leave like comments, you might chat with them like online for a bit, but then you never actually meet them. So I think it'll be nice to sort of like host a meetup or like just create content with them. It'll be like good exposure for both parties, hopefully.
So there's a bit of some insider information in there that you chucked out. So the food influencer community in Hong Kong. So you reach out to a lot of these influencers?
We have like a group chat.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
look at that. There's some real insider information. Crumb by Crumb, only on it. Go for it.
We have a group chat. Once in a while, people like send in like invites or like certain like events that are going on that are needing people, or like the certain venue or the like if they're looking to promote a product, they might put it in like, oh, this company is looking for
An ambassador. or something.
ambassador to promote product X.
Yeah.
They're looking for more content creators to hop on this. Would you be interested? Or there's certain like maybe hotels that are hosting like events that might reach out to one influencer. They might ask you like, oh, do you know any other influencers that are interested in joining the event and creating some content out of it? So yeah.
Very interesting, yeah. And how big is this community?
I actually haven't checked it recently, but it's growing every day. Sometimes I get notifications being like, oh, this person has been added. But the exact number, I'm not sure.
Yeah, very cool. What's something you'd like to leave the viewers with? This can be a bit of advice, it can be a quote, or just something that you want to, share with the rest of the world.
I think it would be, don't think about it too much and just do it. I think I realized that like I used to be really self-conscious about like filming in public on my own, especially if I'm like vlogging on my own. I would think like, oh my god, people are gonna judge me for doing this, like everyone's looking at me. I realized that no one actually cares about what you're doing, and you should just do it. Like no one's judging you. Everyone's too busy getting on with their own lives that they're like, as long as you're not causing a nuisance or like anything, or you're not causing any trouble, like no one's really gonna care about what you're doing. So honestly, just do it. Film in public, do whatever.
Thank you, everybody. We hope you enjoyed that episode. Big shout out to Abbraccio for hosting us today and serving us with all these amazing dishes. And don't forget to check out Christy's channel, Don't Eat Yet. She posts loads of interesting food-related content. And now we'll feed our interns.
Oh, thank God.